Wake up!
Wake up.
I'm not psycho. Wake up.
Wake up.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. I am Dougie Almeida here in sunny South Florida, where it's hot as balls. And I'm joined today with my two good friends. I've said we're friends. We've known these guys now, one a lot longer, one recently got a little closer to. We'll let him share how we got close. But my first one, I love this man. Joey Medina is here today.
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Dougie.
And comedian and fellow World Series of Comedy participant and winner, actually. You won the fucking thing when I was.
All right.
Erik Knowles.
Thanks for having me.
What's
Appreciate
up,
it.
Yeah, man. What are you on the way to Walmart? What are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just out running some errands, doing some shows.
But they say if you're going to do a podcast, you should do it from the comfort of the cabin of your vehicle because it's probably the most soundproof place in
This
your
is
home.
the quietest place I have in my world.
You mentioned you have a lot of children. You actually it's because of you they have to open schools where you move.
Yeah.
A fucking guy moved in. I gotta have to build a new middle school.
Yeah, the schools aren't even open. I just drop my kids off and let them wander around until I get off work.
See, now Joey doesn't have any kids. Well,
They're grown-ups.
they're all kids. They're all grown now. So
Yeah.
you got
You made it all the way
there.
through.
You got a beautiful place there, by the way, buddy. Look at that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I can tell by looking behind him he doesn't have any kids.
Yeah. I bought the internet. I got it from the internet.
They said I could remodel my house for just $14.
It's one of those IKEA houses. It looks great.
Isn't that? Do you think that's the way eventually things will be because of this? Like if you're going to it's already gotten to the point where, as a professional, as a business person, let's say, you can show up with a tie and a jacket on and be in a suit, but actually be in your underwear, right? If you're going to work and do something, but maybe even as human beings, we're going to become our own avatar.
Yeah, I think so. Things are changing, man, and it's weird is that this is like this whole epidemic thing is really forcing people to change and doing things different ways. And like, a joke that I do, Max, I said people are doing things at home now they've never done before, like raise their children. I mean, but it really is kind of true, I mean, people are like, all right, I guess
It is true.
You've been bitching about for 10 years. Let's do it this time, whatever.
You're right, man. We are having to raise our kids now. And it sucks, dude. I'm ready to go back to I'm ready to go back to normal, man. I want to go tour.
I'm wondering if the sale of condoms has tripled during the pandemic. I've never heard anybody talk about that on CNBC. I should do that. I should call in my suit and jacket and say, as a financial representative, I'm speaking for the business of condoms. All this homeschooling.
I'm surprised Trojan hasn't come out with a face mask yet. There's a brand we can trust.
Or even a commercial.
With a reservoir tip. For the spit.
Now, while we're on the subject of masks, gentlemen, I know how Joey feels about masks. You know what I mean? You wear your mask, right, Joey?
Damn
I mean,
right.
Joey likes masks, period. If you get any fucking excuse to give Joey a fucking mask,
Right.
I'll wear that fucking. All right, calm down. But yeah, dude. So you wearing your mask, Joey? You're a good guy.
Yes. I mean, I forget sometimes. Sometimes I went to a party last week and half the people had masks, half didn't. So half time I wore it, half time I didn't.
Was
and then,
it?
When I worked in Florida, when I did, I did that whole week in Florida like a few months ago, and it was just during the epidemic, and nobody had masks on, and I was like, oh, I'm so getting sick. I already knew it. I was getting sick. I was prepared for it, but I didn't get it, so I was really lucky.
Well, if you recall, when you were here at Off the Hook Comedy Club, and I did a guest spot that Saturday night, and Friday night. Yeah, I ended up getting it like a week later. So
see, there you go. Did you really know?
It was that one.
You didn't get it.
Yeah, I got it. I caught in June 12th. I was tested positive. 13th, something like that.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was right after I hugged you goodbye.
How long did it take to kill you?
I was lucky, man. Asymptomatic, lost my sense of smell and shit. You know, my wife, the same thing. She actually had it before I did. You could tell by the time. Weird. But lucky. But I got antibodies. That's why I was on my antibody comedy tour, everybody. It's still good. I'm going to get tested again in a couple weeks.
Nice.
I still got my antibodies. I'm hitting the road.
Hey, man, that's good. As long as you didn't get sick, that's a great thing, man.
Yeah. Thank God. You know, I was in when I mentioned I was at the audition today, getting in the elevator in Miami, the actress, did I say fucking actress? The actress that I had to do my scene with for this nice commercial, which pays a lot of money, who you say, and action. And I'm sitting there doing my whatever the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. You're gonna fucking say your line. You know, thanks. I wanted that. I could have used that few grand. But
hey, you never know. You may get it.
I was surprised I got the call back. Like I said, I'm like, what?
Right.
Sure, you got the right guy. You see my audition. But getting in the elevator, you know, after it, you know, I had my mask on, and the girl she was with had her mask on, and some lady that was in the elevator had a mask on. But my co-star, did I call her? Fuck, she didn't have her mask on. And we got down, and I didn't even notice. I was still thinking about how I wanted to punch her in the face for sucking up her fucking audition. But then the lady who was in the elevator runs out of the elevator, and they're Spanish girls, and they go, "Oh my God, I forgot my mask." And I'm like, "Yeah." Actually, and she's like, "Oh no, you know, no wonder she ran out of the fucking elevator."
Right.
Why not? Can't get mad at somebody for that. Well, hey, there's a big debate tonight. And we're going to get to see it after the show. Probably why nobody's watching us now. Somebody said to me, "Hey, why are you going to do a show for an hour?" Dude, because that's when we do it every week, 8 o'clock. I'm going to change the show. We get maybe like 100 people watching at some point, you know, beginning one way to the end, but then we're getting like about 2,000 to 3,000 views. So thanks, Zoom, for the extra, you know, whatever.
There you go.
What do you know, Joey? I mean, you're a liberal guy. You're a Democrat. I mean, let's be fair. You're a Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, you're obviously going to be voting for Biden. I couldn't imagine any reason on earth why you'd be fucking casting a vote for Donald Trump. Well,
I'm gonna watch the debates and see who really. Not fucking. Of course, I'm gonna.
I love it. I got Joey Medina to fucking vote for Trump. What do you think's going to happen tonight? A little pregame, like you want to, you know, I'm not saying if we're going to lose by a field goal. I'm just saying, you know, like, is there an over and under where Joe gets pissed and tries to fucking punch Trump? You know what I mean? And they start fucking rolling around on the ground like it is a wrestling fucking match. I mean,
that I hope that would be nice.
All right. While we're on that, who do you think would fucking win?
In a fight?
Yeah, they started going at it. Who the fuck?
And not because I'm voting for him, but I think Biden. I just think he's healthier. You know what I mean?
No way.
Dude, but come on. Trump has the weight on him, but Trump,
Biden looks like he was carved out of chalk.
Trump has that weird stance where he's like something, you know, he's wearing diapers or something.
That's just from
right.
Skiing,
That's
dude.
fair.
That's years of skiing.
Leaning forward.
Yeah, he's always trying to win, trying to get across.
He's always in a race. I'm ahead of you, fucker.
He's all French fries.
Honestly, I think the way that fight would go is like, you ever see those YouTube videos of like old men fighting and they're missing and falling,
right.
And
it's just sad.
Then they get up and they fall again, and I literally think that's the way that fight would go.
Oh yeah.
I think the fact that they're wearing suits because of their, you know, mechanical limitations. If one of them tried to throw a punch, they probably would end up throwing themselves over because they pull the fucking jacket. You know what I mean? You would just see this, you know, like a broomstick sticking out.
Somebody's pants would split like immediately.
How funny would that be? And then you imagine it's Trump's pants and the fucking pants fall down. He has a picture of Hillary on his ass. This is a setup.
No way. They're red, white, and blue. They're like Rocky boxers.
No, Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
I love the black man. I got these from Apollo Creed, fictitious character. He handed it to me at the White House.
Yeah. I was awarded these boxers by Harriet Tubman.
He was there. She signed it with a Sharpie. Oh man, that's so fucking funny. You want to make any predictions, dude? I mean, how would you think the fight would happen? I mean, maybe our listeners don't know, but Erik is a former soldier, right?
Right.
For the
Marine.
Army. You're a Marine, yeah. Oh fuck, sorry.
Right.
Oh yeah. Hey, big difference.
What's a Marine? Always a Marine.
That's right.
Yep, that's right.
Now you a pugilist, or Joey was a boxer, professional boxer, a middle champ, welterweight champ, right? I don't remember the
lightweight.
Champ.
I'm a heavyweight now, but I was a lightweight.
Boy,
really?
have times changed.
I know.
Look at me.
I've never fought in an organized manner.
Yeah,
but I used to fight a lot in my younger days, though.
Have you ever put
from being a knucklehead?
Have you ever put a number on it?
A number on what?
Real fights, like fist fights where it breaks out to choking, punching.
Oh, I've had 6 or 7 real good ones.
All right.
But,
how like when all in a group?
Yeah, mostly while I was in the Marine Corps, just fighting with other Marines in the barracks, and I ended up being friends with probably all of them.
That's the best part about a fight, right? Like boxing, I still talk to the people I fought that are still around. It's a brotherhood. We were in the ring.
Yeah.
You're trying to kill.
Matter of fact, believe it or not, I'll make this short. But I forgot when. The end of October, I'm actually having a exhibition boxing match with another comic, Dan Green, and because Dan knows how to fight well, and so I don't know who put this together. I can't remember, but they put something together where a bunch of comedians are fighting each other. And they asked me if I wanted to fight Dan. I'm like, sure. But it's so funny, man. I've been so sore. I called Dan in yesterday, and I'm like, dude, I go, this is going to be tough on me, man. He's like, me too. Like, we're both tired and older, and we're like, so maybe I think we're going to choreograph the whole thing.
Oh, come on, dude. You guys got to go in there. You are gonna be like Rocky Balboa. Hey, this is for charity.
I'm gonna throw.
I like that idea, though.
No, it's fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I'd like to see more comics fighting.
They should have that. We should have that as a boxing back. Like not like you got. Like,
we should be fighting for gigs. Like gigs should be the prize. The purse.
You're right about that. That would be great.
Yeah. I like this idea.
I'm okay with that until they say no. Let's have a gauntlet race. Let's see who can run to a finish line, dude. Come on, it's not fair.
Right?
Yeah, make it a pole vaulting contest. But yeah, dude. So Joey, I was talking about the fighting. So, So who do you think? You think I don't? Yeah, it's going to be ugly either way. It's going to be funny. And I think the main part is nobody's really going to want unless somebody really fucks up. Right. And there is the possibility that somebody could really just eat a dick on that stage.
Yeah, but I honestly think the majority of people on both sides have made the decision already. And I think it's going to be it's not going to be many people that's going to make a difference too. And that's in my opinion. I could be wrong. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I agree. I
think everybody made the decision.
I agree with Joey. I think everybody has their mind made up. We're pretty polarized right now, and I think that the people that are going to watch it are just looking for their own confirmation bias. Like if you want to go in and find clips of Biden looking stupid and Trump owning him, people will. I think after this weekend, we'll see it on YouTube. People have montages of that, and the opposite way of Trump saying something stupid,
which is,
I
can't wait. Speaking of Trump, I had an interesting day or two here since the tax numbers were released from his tax numbers, and the fact that he paid like less than $1,000 1 year. 1 year,
2 years, and then zero for the
five out of the 10 years basically didn't pay. If it would be fair, he didn't pay anything for 5 out of the 10 years. But no one talks about the other 10 years where it was like 28 mil. Fucking, there was astronomical numbers that we're not really looking at. Nevertheless,
to be honest, so in his defense, he did pay 2017, hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes to other countries, which kind of sucks. No, it's true. That's not even a joke. It's the truth.
Well, like most multinational corporations, it's part of the charter. When if I have
Like
if I'm
who?
not-
Like
if I'm not-
Russia?
yeah, that's them. But like,
Philippines,
this-
Panama, like he.
but when we
But the thing is, because they were like, no, we want our fucking tax money.
well, no, well,
Yeah.
you know why? Well, you know why, Joey? Because that's what happens. If I am the Hyatt, if I'm Marriott and I have a location in London or something like that, in order to do business there, there's certain each country has their intercontinental treaties and what they do and stuff, and that's why we're fighting China, because there's a very unfair one in comparison to the rest of the world. So, but so all this is true. So what you say of that, when people say, "Oh, because he's not paid," but like most any company that does business abroad, that is the same thing is true. So, so my point is, the real big thing is this isn't, the average person files a 1040 easy form. You know what I mean? I wrote how much I made. There's multiple levels of income and how you make income. So the point is, it's such it's when somebody points out and first leaks it illegal. When they do that, when you leak it illegally and then you give it to perception of it, and let's just get to the chase. There seems to at least a dozen or so people on Facebook alarmed me to the fact that President Trump was guilty of tax evasion. They said I'm an idiot. I got to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm a moron. I got my head up my ass. There's a lot of different replies I got to this. But you are a Democrat, and Joe Biden, you're going to back him. I'm asking you, Joey Medina, did Trump ever get arrested or was found guilty of tax evasion?
No, he wasn't found guilty of tax evasion.
Okay.
He wasn't found guilty of sexual assault. He wasn't found guilty of a lot of things that he's done.
Been accused. Wait, you mean to be correct, as he's been accused of. And
okay, yeah.
And also, when you're a rough person around the edges, it's like, I relate to it in a sense because I'm the kind of guy who speaks my mind, and we're like in a different world, like the comedy world, right? Like, so in the comedy world, you got to get along with all the most of the comics, right? I think it's right. Do you, Eric? Do you think you need to get along with all the comics, or you think you just got to really get along with who you get along with?
I don't know. I've never really had a problem getting along with people.
Yeah.
Not in comedy. Like, I can't think of anybody I've really had a problem with.
Yeah.
But I understand that we're all weirdos, like, so I can accept a lot of weirdness, but I expect some reciprocation, because I get weird sometimes. I try not to judge creative people too harshly like that.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think the majority of us, there are two people in this industry I don't like, but that's it, and there's comedians. But I think if we were both Amazon employees, I'd still not like them. It's just their personality, right? But I agree with you. I think generally creative people, especially comedians, we get along because we're that crazy kind of person, and we get each other's jokes. It's like we get each other's, we tell each other the kind of jokes we can't even tell the audience because we'll get it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like nobody will laugh harder of a Holocaust joke than a comedian, right? But we would never even tell that joke to anybody but to another comic, that kind of thing.
It's so true. I just think that sometimes, listen, the guy's very boisterous. When you speak like that, you're going to have enemies. I've had some haters. Matter of fact, Trix, fellow World Series of Comedy winner and a brother from World Series of Comedy, said, he goes, yeah, because I posted something a while back about a particular hater comic that I'm dealing with in the South Florida area. And he goes, man, what the fuck is that all about? And he goes, I just said, I'll go check out the guy's page. Cause I block the guy. I don't even see what the guy writes. He Trix writes back, goes, God damn, dude, you must be doing something fucking good. He goes, you got a bunch of people that don't like your ass. Yeah, I just, but me, I'm outspoken. If I say something to you, hey, if there's something, I know Joey knows this. Joey, if there's something that's bugging me about you, I don't hold it in, right? I'll come out and say, hey, man.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
And that's cool. And I respect, and that's the thing. Dougie and I are completely opposite political, but it doesn't matter. He's still my boy. You know, and we just try to avoid talking about stuff for too long.
Right.
The same thing like on my Facebook. You know, I there's guys on my Facebook that are some I know, some are old friends. You know, Kelly Parks, who I argue with a million times on Facebook, and I think he's crazy. He probably thinks I'm crazy, but I'll never ever block him or not be his friend. I refuse to do that. I will never ever let politics get in the way of friendship. You know what I mean? Even though I could have completely think, what the fuck is wrong with this person? I'll never. I go. It's just that section.
Right.
That's it. That's all I have to worry about. It's kind of.
And I've admitted this to you, Pat. I've snoozed you a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I love you, Jeff. The snooze button is not a bad thing to use. Yeah, man.
No, especially now, dude. I get it, and I totally, even like fans that I don't know, like personally, they'll be like, dude, come on, talk about funny stuff. I've just been so into this right now. That's why I can't wait for this fucking thing to be over, just so I could be normal again. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh.
So you're very confident that Biden will win. So you say when it's over.
No, not confident at all. Are you crazy?
Oh yeah.
I think this world is nuts. I'm not confident at all. I think he will, but I'm not confident. No, by no means. I mean, I was confident. I was more confident the last time. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking that the monkey wrench that worked last time will work this time in the other direction.
Why do you gotta get racist? Why do you gotta get racist and fucking bring up monkey wrenches? You know what I mean? We're trying. I mean, you're a Democrat, dude. I mean,
no, but it's like
that's how they are, dude.
Right? So I'm just, but you know, it and again, like, okay, and I'll make this fast. Like, I hate putting anybody in or everyone in one category. I think there are a lot of people. Because everybody's, you know, like Trump supporters are dumb and stupid. And trust me, a lot of them are. But there are a lot of dumb supporters of everyone, right? And there are actual people who are smart.
He said, yeah, a lot of you are stupid and dumb. But you know what?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stupid, dumb people.
A lot of Trump supporters.
He just made it a given. Like, a lot of y'all are dumb, though, right?
Listen, I know you're a whore.
I'm not saying not all of them.
A lot of whores out there.
No, I know.
I'm saying not all. That's the thing. You know? But the thing is, there are a lot of stupid Democrat supporters that are just, you know, and I get that. So my thing is I never put everybody. I think there's different reasons. I think there are people, you know, pro-life. We're like, I don't give a fuck who it was. It could be Hitler, and if he's a Republican, I'm voting that way because I'm pro-life. Like, I disagree with it, but I understand. The ones that I don't understand are the ones that go, he's so bright and he never lies and he's such a good human being. I'm like, oh, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, those
you're
ones
one of the
crazy.
crazy ones.
I agree with you, Eric. Right, I agree with you, buddy. The ones that say listen, I've met in my line of work, I've met a lot of billionaires and very wealthy people that were capable of making decisions and following through with decisions and being able to make big decisions, like poker players. Some of the best poker players in the world can bluff you out of a fucking hand when you got four of a kind. So sometimes that's the way it is. And you know what I mean? So I sometimes I don't just judge it I judge intelligence by decision making, not just what people say a lot and what they've done and where they're going. But you know, and the lying, listen, we all lie. And, you know, that whole pious bullshit to me at this day and age is nonsense. Every time somebody starts talking about piety and you know, and all this shit about not stretching the truth and with a straight face back anybody else in any of these fucking arenas, you know what I mean? It's all horseshit. It's all a game, like Erik said in the beginning of the show. You know what I mean? It's like a wrestling match at this point. You know, you know, everybody's battling for fucking power. And you know, listen, and the big picture in another show, to me, it's bigger than that. It's about the US dollar. It's about Chinese cryptocurrency. It's about globalization versus nationalism. And that's a whole other story. And that's where my vote's going. And that's the main thing. Listen, you could say all the shit you want about everything, but if the US dollar gets unpegged and changed to the Chinese currency, which 189 countries by the basis of China are trying to push all the different monetary systems and the IMF and all the lady who used to run the IMF, Kirka, the fucking Swedish lady, whatever, Finnish lady, she's the head of all this shit trying to go around. That happens. If you live in a shithole now, you're going to live in a fucking landfill. you know, if you have a nice house in the country and the U.S. dollar gets unpegged, you're going to be looking at $15 gallon of
So-
gas,
But
$20.
Dougie,
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, so so to me, that's the gist. So when somebody says to me, "Oh, he fucking said he called that guy a fucking," you know, at this point, that's where I go. So I respect your vote. I know where I'm voting.
But
And
one
Eric-
thing is, I know we will never, ever, ever go to the Chinese dollar because America can't even do the metric system, dude. We're stuck to where we are. We ain't gonna change anything.
well, see,
Yeah.
that's fair.
We're not going to learn to count to 10 in Cantonese.
No, dude. You know, they won't even let me. I could do it in Korean. You know, but yeah, we got to watch for that. Well, I guess we'll wrap up at the beginning of the show with best advice to comics dealing with the shutdowns. Everybody's dealing with this. Like you said, Eric, you can't wait to get on the road. I'm lucky. I'm actually going to be at Visani's in Port Charlotte tomorrow through Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Thursday,
Very good.
Saturday in Port Charlotte. The beautiful Visani's Comedy Theater. Live audiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't wait. But any advice, you know, how to deal with this? Yeah, a couple quick things.
I've just been writing a lot. Just been not even comedy. I've just been writing, just like journaling what I did. Like I've been on this creative kind of like depression with the lockdown. Really, it's kind of affected me pretty negatively as far as being creative.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
In stand up, because I've just kind of dove into some other areas. I joined an APA pool league. I've been shooting pool. Like
shit. Well, Joey,
Yeah.
that's what you were talking about earlier, right? This pandemic is making us, you know, do shit like teach our kids, you know what I mean, be around people and stuff like that. But and not to make another poker reference, but we got to play the hand we're dealt, right? At this point, and the better we deal with it, you know, how our that's what, and this is what I worry about this whole Facebook thing to wrap it up and this shit is because, you know, there's so many people are worried about everybody else. Worried about who you're voting for and worried about why you would think that, worrying why you said that. How could you believe that? Why don't you fucking worry about yourself? You know, unless you're standing on a fucking pile of money, you know what I mean? You owe nobody any money and everybody's just asking you to go out to dinner every night. You know, I don't fucking care. Like everybody's got to start worrying about themselves, right? Their kids, their families, their financial situation. If another pandemic happens because it comes from fucking Canada, could you imagine? The Canadian virus.
Bacon. Someone's hidden in the bacon.
Once again, it's going to make us all be more polite to each other.
Yeah,
that'll be a symptom.
Here on the show, we like to edify. So today's word of the day is anhedonia. Anhedonia.
What's that?
That's actually
half black, half Mexican girl.
I was gonna say, as the first black girl I went out with in middle school. The loss of enjoyment in all activities. Oddly enough, you should be talking about that, Eric. That
man.
you once liked, the feeling of not caring anymore.
Oh no, I don't have that.
That's pretty
sounds like marriage.
Hey, by the way, Eric, you're not in your garage right now in that car and it's running, is it?
Yeah, I've got a water hose connected to the tailpipe.
Eric's asleep.
This is my final performance, guys.
I was going to say goodbye to 5 people on Dougie's Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm going out with a bang.
That's great. Yeah, anhedonia. Basically saying, "Fuck it, I'm tired." You mentioned that about depression. As comics, we suffer from that because we go to the tip top, and sometimes we got to, you know, slip down into the bottom. And
well, sure.
And but dude, first of all, as you said, if you ever need to talk to anybody, dude, I'm there. You know, I'm sure Joey is too.
No, dude, I'm not a fag. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're a read, dude.
He's gonna commit suicide like a man.
Don't ever talk to me like that again.
How dare you? How dare you? All right. Well, with that being said, fuck sound effects. This is the part of the show where it's time to play Make It Funny. And it's very simple. We like to go over stories. And, you know, sometimes the benefit of doing this podcast for me is being able to read so many stories, right? We do, you know, you actually read the news for the show.
Right.
And there's a lot of stories like actually turned into topical jokes. Now, I I like topical jokes when I'm on the road because sometimes it opens the show, right? Maybe a little teaser in the beginning to get the crowd going. If something, you know what I mean? Who knows? There's some, but I don't really care how you guys feel about topical jokes because it's my fucking show and it's my game. Where our guests compete to be the funniest guest to punch up the news segment, challenging make it funny. This week's prize, by the way, guys, is a week's supply of soggy tater tots and an empty bottle of ketchup. So
yes. There we go.
You guys got to know.
Let's make a deal.
And by the way, I'll just let you guys know the only reason I do that bit is to write these jokes on the types of prizes.
Oh boy,
I enjoy it. All right. Well, thanks for dealing with my madness, fellas. All right. So our first story: science says watching movies with your partner is good for your relationship if you do this one thing. What is that one thing, Joey Medina?
Put duct tape on her mouth so she can't talk during it.
Let's look at the board. See if duct tape mouth is up there. Any guesses there, Eric?
I read that. I actually read this article.
So you actually did your homework.
Yeah, I did a little bit today.
And by the way, Eric, I didn't actually find out your political affiliation. Do you care to share it, or is that something you don't do as a Marine?
I don't know, man. I've been all over the place really over the years. It's it would be a long answer.
All right.
I spent a lot of time in California. While I was there, I considered myself pretty liberal, and I don't know, but like something changed. Like the whole game changed over the past few years, and I just felt like pushed out of my crowd. All of a sudden, I was being classified as a straight white male, and I'm told that I couldn't have a voice in certain discussions because of the color of my skin, and getting spoken down to. And then like I started to realize that maybe I didn't hate Trump with everyone else. And so anytime I voiced just not hating him, like basically I've been red pilled by my blue friends. Basically. Yeah. I didn't vote for the dude last time. I haven't voted for anybody since Ron Paul. I've
God damn. Oh,
I pretty much believed that voting, I was convinced that voting didn't work and it was a rigged thing. And Trump getting elected made me believe that maybe the votes do count. Because I don't think he was supposed to win.
Yeah, that is an interesting part of that. And when you said Ron Paul, I'm such a pervert. At first, I thought you said Peter North. Oh, Peter North. Oh. You know what I mean? You said RuPaul.
I haven't voted since the 1993 AVNs.
You know what I mean? I say for somebody, I say, I know.
And biggest shooter goes to.
Yeah, there you go. Researchers ask couples to match movies together.
She says, I say she because it must be a woman that wrote this article.
Right.
But just the title alone sounds very female. If you'll just do this one thing, and it's never just one, but she says, if you'll watch the movie and then talk about the movie with your partner for 30 minutes. Now who wants to talk for 30 minutes about any one topic to begin with?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
The last time Joey and I went to see a movie, we sat around and talked about the movie for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but guys talk about interesting.
That's why you guys have such a great relationship.
I think you're a soft heart, Joey. You're a sweet guy. Joey's like a romantic guy. I know Joey. Women love Joey. Because he does all that shit. Open the door. You know what I mean, right? I mean, you go all out. Right?
Pay for college. Whatever I got to do.
Well, anytime I sit down
going to college.
Anytime I sit down to watch a movie with my lady, I'm not hoping that it turns into a 30-minute conversation. It's not Netflix and spill your guts.
Yeah, haven't I been through enough? I don't watch long movies and stuff. What I watch with my wife is every once in a while she'll watch things like So You Think You Can Dance or some of these dance contests. You know what I mean? So that could be interesting a little bit, and you know what I mean? And she watches America's Got. Oh, are you guys watching Dancing with the Stars?
No.
Oh my God.
I've seen clips though.
Yeah, the Tiger lady's still in it.
Yeah, she's still in it. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's listen, I lost breath taking the garbage out tonight, so God bless those people for dancing. Our next story: man lists himself for sale on Facebook in a bid to find a girlfriend after being single for 11 years. Now, here's a guy. I mean, you got to give the guy credit, right?
Right.
It's like the first bum on the side of the street says, you know, I'm not going to work. Just give me money. I need a sandwich. You know what I mean?
It's pretty sad. If you read the article, it says like he's only had a girlfriend for a little while, but that was like in grade school. And like he posts pictures of him. He's a pretty ugly dude. He's just like basically like, listen, I'll take anybody.
The guy's got a lot. The guy's got a lot of things against him. Number one, he is bald, unfortunately, and
Right.
he is a ginger. He seems to be red haired, and he's fat. Even there's a picture of him on the story if you look it up, by the way, where his dog even looks nervous. And
he's like, no more. The dog is like, no more peanut butter, please.
Somebody, I don't know why he names me Jiffy.
This story actually has a happy ending. I looked at his Facebook page, and he's got a cover photo. He found him an ugly girlfriend.
Oh, really?
And they're gonna live happily ever ugly.
See, but the smart thing is putting himself on sale because women can't resist something on sale. So you knew someone was going to pick that up.
Some of that, yeah. Somebody wants some of that scratch and dent dick.
Could you imagine them telling this story to their kids? You know, yeah, I think that was pretty good. All right. Well, I think that's it for that joke. Right? All right. Our next story: South Carolina TV anchor hit a man with a beer bottle in a fight over politics. See, people are going fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're going crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, people just like. First of all, like we said, no one's going to change their mind. Anybody out there that's going to try to change somebody's mind, you know, I think just like the world's going to divide between the free world, United States and China. It's going to have our own internet. We're going to have our own, shit and all kind. It's going to be the same thing with us here in this country. The migration is going to happen. We're all going to get on one side, right? Eventually, all the liberals are going to live in California, New York, and certain other parts, and all the other dumbasses are going to live throughout the rest of the fucking country, right? And when that comet hits, and the tidal wave hits both coasts, we will cleanse ourselves of the liberal fucking scum.
To be nothing left but Nebraska.
Yeah. See, there's a few of these fast fucking liberals made. I gotta beat the wave. Yeah, South Carolina TV anchor hit a man with a beer bottle in a fight over politics.
That's awesome, man. The headline makes it sound like she did it on her show, which I think would be a great idea. She should just make that her show. Just call it "Talk Shit, Get Hit" with Tammy Rosler. I would watch that.
Definitely.
It's like that bit on Saturday Night Live where he plays Joe Pesci, right? Hit him with the bat. Wow, that's fucking. The victim, 32-year-old man, told police he and Rosler had been arguing about politics leading up to the incident. I never hit Joey with a bat or a beer bottle. Yeah. So you could be done, folks.
Did it say whether he changed his mind about politics or not? I want to know if violence works.
He says
violence may be the answer.
Yeah.
It would be a shame if it was just for a city council position or something.
Right.
Like, well, that was a waste.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about an easement.
Yeah.
Oh man. Rosler previously worked at another station where she hit somebody with a fucking toaster.
Really?
I just threw that in there. I didn't know how to close out that story. See, I'm learning to fucking tell this podcast shit. A gang of Trump raccoons attacks journalist working at the White House.
That's despicable. I hate this kind of journalism. That is a reprehensible way to refer to black Republicans. First of all, that is inappropriate.
Yeah, they don't have any couth. A gang of mischievous raccoons caused chaos when they attacked members of the media at the White House. 4 of the furry pests went after journalists, with one photographer and a reporter shitting their pants. I just made that up. Having their clothes grabbed as they worked on the North Lawn.
It was a slow news day in D.C. A couple of reporters saw a raccoon and wrote an article about it.
And over at the Pentagon, a lizard ran up a chick's dress. Back to you, Jake.
Oh wait, that was just Biden.
I can't tell. I'm telling you, they may go to blows. They may go to blows tonight. Oh God. Yeah, so that's it, right? I guess there's going to be a longer winter. Is that what it means when 4 raccoons attack the White House staff members?
Yeah.
It means 4 more years, buddy. Listen, I hate to say this, buddy. 4 raccoons, 4 more years. Get ready for it, dude.
Oh, it's a sign. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sign.
I like that the raccoons were being socially aware and wearing their masks. And that was nice of them.
Yeah. See that raccoon wearing my mask? Yeah, that would be great. All right, can we move on? You think we milk that one?
Right.
Oregon woman disputes Wells Fargo's claim that she's dead.
Yeah.
How do I know you're alive, ma'am? Well, I'm talking to you. Well, that's not good enough. I'm glad.
That's nuts.
By the way, I have to say, I'm glad that there's any bad news on Wells Fargo. I can't.
I don't
tell
like
you
Wells
why.
Fargo. Yeah.
Yeah, they're too big.
I used to work for them before I retired from wearing suits. But they get the guy that I think is one of the representatives, CEO or one of the acting members, that got in trouble because he was on a call. And he said that one of the reasons we're not filling our minority positions is because the pool is not deep enough. There's not enough quality, black people in this arena to hire them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, you thought you were going to get reactions on your Facebook post. Could you imagine if he tweeted that? These guys just can't stop putting their foot in the mouth. My experience with them, I was with Wachovia back in the day when I used to manage some offices.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with what he said? I don't get it.
Oh, well, they're saying that there's not enough black people that are trying to get those jobs in finance and in the high ranking positions of the banking.
So he's racist for saying that?
Well, I guess some
I mean, was he talking about data, or is that how he said it? Or did he say, like, I would hire black people, but none of them are good enough?
Now, I guess what you're asking me is, I don't know if they verified that they actually, like, in other words, if they actually said, here is all the people that we brought in on a mass hire hunt, right? Because they have to take that data. If a company actually looks and they actually bring in we interviewed 5,000 people for the executive, mortgage financing department lead or whatever, or department head. And out of that, we had 5,000 people, 700, 1,000 were minority, 5%, whatever. They know all that shit. They should know all that.
Right.
And then if they only hire all white, then you can't say that. You have to. But so I don't know the data, so I couldn't tell you. But here's the thing: that's the problem in this day and age. Whether it's statistically a reason, and it's not saying, and that could, in a way, that could not be him saying, hey, there's not enough smart black people. It could be saying that we, for some reason, when we interviewed, we didn't see it. Right. I mean, honestly, I'm not defending fucking Wells Fargo I had a major lawsuit against them. Okay. With my practice. So they're not my friends, but I'm telling you the consistency of rules and laws, which comes back to everything we're talking about earlier about taxes and whether anybody breaks the law. If you're going to tell somebody broke the law, it's almost like a comic. If a comic comes and says, you stole a fucking joke, dude, you're a joke thief. You can be like, fuck you. Who would joke? You know what I mean? You can say, okay, what joke did I? What are you talking? You know what I mean? Where's your fucking proof, you prick? Right. So let's prove it. Oh, I got riled up there for a minute. Was that part of the story?
I was just stirring you up a little bit.
You did, dude. Fucking Marine. No wonder people got in a fight with you all the time. That goddamn Knowles. Judy Castro admits mildly amused. I mean, can you imagine? But just show up. Just show up. It's like that. Monty Python bit. All right. Bring out your dead.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead.
Yes, you are.
I'm not dead.
See, but that's like
No, that
Wells
was a
Fargo
crazy
is like,
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Joey.
Wells Fargo, like, we got in trouble for opening up accounts on people without them knowing. Now, apparently, I guess they're calling people dead when they don't. They're like, really? I didn't know I was dead. And Wells Fargo is just like, it's just so. I did a gig once, and there was a huge table with a bunch of Wells Fargo people celebrating something. It was right during that time. I just let them have it, man, because it was just like, yeah, they were like, it's our party. We want to celebrate. Like, you're making us feel bad. I'm like, sorry. That's why I do all my banking at a check cashing place, man. I avoid all that stuff. It's nice and honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Check
cash a check. I could buy tortillas and lottery tickets. It doesn't. It could pay my phone bill. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, check cashing stores are probably one of the riskiest places to put yourself in if you want to get shot. Like, if the odds of getting shot at a check cashing store are right up there with drugstore, you know, in Fallujah. Yeah. Oh man,
dude, they really kind of messed that lady's life up though, because they reported her as dead to all the credit agencies.
Yeah,
and then when she needed to like refinance her home or get an equity line of credit, she needed to fix her septic, and she couldn't do it because they were like, "Nope, you're dead." Well, they even wrote her letters saying, "We can't fulfill this request because you are deceased."
Yeah. And just to make sure, they not only did they write the letter, they also said they spelled it out on a Ouija board. Just in case that she was really dead, they want to make sure she got that message.
She should just play their game and go apply for a new birth certificate and just be born again in the credit world or something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Put herself into CPS for retirement.
Or if not, cash in that fucking life insurance policy. Okay, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm dead. Give me more money.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh.
My new name is Ned, the never-ending driver. I'm out of here.
Yeah, sign me up for dead.
You know, it's scary like that when that kind of shit happens. But Wells Fargo, congratulations. Here's a great story. This is a Florida story, of course, and that seems to happen a bit. Neighbor calls 911 when Florida hockey fan yells, "Shoot! Shoot!"
That's funny. Just go, hey man, I think they're about to start shooting next door.
But they go, oh, it's a white guy. Never mind, it's safe. We don't have to call the cops.
Shoot the puck. Shoot the puck. He just misunderstood.
It's a white patriot. In Tampa, Florida, a neighbor called sheriff's deputies on some rabid Tampa Bay Lightning fans who were in the Stanley Cup final, who were screaming, "Shoot, shoot," which is what a lot of teammates of Kobe used to say. As they, it was actually passed. Sorry, bad joke. As they watched Game 3 of the Stanley Cup.
I'll be right back. All
right. Well, he said shoot.
Keep talking.
Joey thinks we said shit.
He's right.
I was about to bark, so I got it.
Oh, I got you. The call prompted several Hillsborough County Sheriff's officers to show up at the Devin Garnett's apartment door. He and two friends had gathered to watch the game at Garnett's Radio Palms apartment, and oddly enough, didn't shoot the cops, thinking they were somebody bad. The caller told dispatcher somebody was yelling loudly in the apartment above just 8:30 p.m. Wednesday, according to the police officers. Again, people are so worried about everybody else.
So what happened? Did the cops roll in all heavy, busting in the door?
Yeah.
Fearing for their lives?
Yeah. And so they came to the door, though there were guns in the house. You know, because that's always interesting. I carry a gun, you know, so when I get pulled over, I would tell the cop I have a gun.
They say that like it's a bad thing. You know,
yeah, I have a gun. You ever do that? You ever notice? You ever notice that sometimes you have a conversation with somebody and I have a gun, you know, like, oh, they look at you like, you know, oh, you know,
like, oh, yeah.
Like you're a pedophile.
What are they afraid of? Like you're going to put it to their head and kidnap them and
all of a sudden lose my mind. Joey, Joey was just a former police officer. So
yeah, no, I like guns. The only thing
is that right?
Like I'm all for the Second Amendment. I'm all for guns. But the only thing I find weird is like you ever see like videos and or pictures of these guys they've got an AR-15, then they've got 4 different guns all over them. I'm like, come on, dude. It's not a zombie apocalypse, man. This isn't
Right.
Walking Dead. That's just, now you're looking like a moron, and you're gonna make. Then that's why people are afraid of people with guns, because of guys like that. You know what I mean? They're just crazy. Like for instance, I can even like I don't.
Well, I don't think that makes them crazy to want to wear all the guns. Like that's what makes America cool. Is we can wear a gun on our hip like a cowboy.
And not to
no, that's fine. But when you're wearing, like, okay, for instance, I would never ever carry open carry an AR-15. There's no reason to. There really isn't.
Yeah.
It's like, why wear cleats if you're not playing soccer or sports? You know, it's like you ever see the poor kid in school who wore cleats and you're like, dude, what do you don't have regular shoes? Like it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I believe.
But listen, Joey, listen, Joey, in white neighborhoods, there's a lot of kids that walk in there with fucking golf shoes. Okay, they're fucking click, click, click. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Oh yeah. No, I think we're basically agreeing with you. I think the guy who's dressed up like some kind of hardcore operator, like the enthusiasts, look like dicks a lot of time.
But it's a dress rehearsal. Yeah. You know, it's a dress rehearsal.
And I don't agree with the people. You ever seen the YouTube videos of the people that open carry and then carry around a camera and they go in front of a cop and, you know, they're just trying to get the cop to come over there. And then they're like, you know, oh, am I being detained? What you know?
Well, Joey, let me ask you a question.
These First Amendment audits.
You're a military officer, Erik. Joey was a police officer. I worked for a private armed detail security team in service. But Joey, you know, if you're a police officer and somebody fucks with your chair, if you're a police officer and somebody comes up to you with an armed weapon with a camera and stuff like that, don't you automatically have a suspicion? You have the right to have a suspicion and realize this could be a threatful situation. Don't you have the right to kind of take that as a possibility and prepare appropriately?
Yeah. The thing is, you have, like, to me, was always, I was a cop, I always just use common sense.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, that house that house doesn't look so good anymore.
No, do you know what I'm saying? You could.
I feel like I'm back at that audition, waiting for that chick to give me her fucking lines.
Yeah, your audio's cutting in and out, Joey.
Okay, hold on. Is it back? Is it better now? Is it better now?
Yeah,
it seems to be now. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Hey.
Yeah. So it just depends, man. It's like that. You know, you see the videos all the time. People are like, well, I'm not going to give you my license. I'm not going to give you this and that. I mean, if they don't, if it's for like a DUI thing, if they don't look drunk and they're just being, you know, I just saw a YouTube video, so I want to practice my, you know, my rights. I'm like, all right, go. Just a waste of time.
Right.
You kind of know when somebody's up to no good or not. You know, it's easy to tell. It really is.
Well, it's definitely hard. Being a police officer is a commitment, just like being a teacher, right? You're actually devoting your life to it, right? And even as a teacher, you're risking your life. You know, same thing. Not as often as a police officer, but you know, that's things. I see that's a problem with our society. If I say something, you know, it'd be taken like, oh, the fuck, you know, it's this. But you know, and just in the area of commitment, you know, like a lot of people who become teachers, state teachers. A lot of people, police officers. You know, to me, it's almost like to make that decision, you're really going into it, right? It's got, you know, like even if you're going to get into the military, you know, it's like it's a decision. You know, a lot of people just would never even make that decision.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe the police departments should be more like the military, where you do like 4-year enlistments, and then you have to re-enlist. You know, instead of just being locked in with time and grade or whatever.
Well, I agree. When it comes to police reform, the one thing that always irks me is when you hear somebody fucks up, like in the George Floyd case. You know, what I hear is you hate when a when a police officer has 15, 18, 19, you know, things like that. You know what I mean? Because in my business, you know, 30 something years I've been doing what I'm doing. You know, if I had 12 things on my record, I wouldn't be in the business. You know,
I think in any other business almost. Yeah.
So that's the kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's the
Like a
reform I'd
pilot.
like to see. Like you said, and that's a great idea. Every 4 years, maybe you should move from one department to another because you can get burnt out. It's very easy to
Or-
get burnt out in a job like that.
Or even like like police officers have to take a psychological test in order to get hired. But then that's it, right? But the thing is this, before that test, before they become police officers, they probably didn't have any drama or trauma. You know what I mean? They
Right.
probably didn't see dead bodies and probably didn't see children being killed. They didn't see any of that. That when you do see all that shit, and being a Marine, you probably know this, you get all that, all that post-traumatic stress, man, and you're dealing with all the shit. It changes you. So I think police officers should at least every 2 years, at the very least, take a new psychological test, because
And I think they
may
need
not
to
be
do
right
better.
anymore.
I also think they need to do better screening for PTSD when they're hiring veterans with combat experience, because I wonder how many people, veterans come out and probably don't get the assistance that they need, and they just move right into a law enforcement position a lot of times, and I think that's a bad combination.
Yeah, because
I agree.
You're basically trying to do what you're familiar with, and that's one of the closest transitions. For somebody coming back, right? And and here's the thing: you talk about mental health. It's gotten so bad that unfortunately, that people are so damaged and just forgotten their way. You know what I mean? Even on the everyday thing, the every Joe, the soccer mom, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying when people judge the actions of people in those positions, like you said, judging talent, talented people and artists, but when people put judge on people that do that kind of shit every day, I'm like, oh my God, that's a fucking respect.
No, being a cop is a tough job, man.
I'm sure.
I mentioned to somebody, actually my stepdaughter one time was going to date a guy who was a cop. And I said, God bless the guy, but I wouldn't, it's just, you got, I'm not telling you what to do, but you got to think about that. The guy may not come home one night, and that's just the way it is. You got to be ready for that shit and understand what you're getting into. Don't think it can't happen to you. Well, speaking, I didn't think it ever happened. We got the debate here starting shortly. So we're going to wrap this thing up within an hour's time here on the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. By the way, don't forget to follow us at Wake Up Dougie on Twitter and Wake Up Late with Dougie show on Instagram, and me at Dougie Dangerous. I'll be at Visani's this week in Port Charlotte, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Can't wait. And hopefully on a Spanish Florida Lotto commercial.
Good luck, man. I hope you get that.
I appreciate
nice.
Erik, you got to head back to the family and your and your kids. And have you got any stage time coming up?
Yeah, I do. I'm actually looking for this message so I can speak knowledgeably about it. But I got another one. I got one coming up near Veterans Day. So it's a Veterans Day weekend. So we're looking at close to November 11th. And it's in Houston. It's going to be a showcase of headliners. I'll be there with Barry Laminack in Houston. And you can find information for that on my Facebook page at Facebook at whatever it is. Erik Knowles Comedy.
Yeah, he's great at
This is why I'm not famous. I'm no good at this part.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Joey?
Nowhere, but you can catch me at Costco twice a week.
I love Costco, baby. I love Costco. When I'm looking for houses now, that's what I'm looking. I'm looking if there's a Costco nearby too.
Yeah.
I'm not that concerned about the LA Fitness one. My wife is, but I'm not.
My buddy Drew, Drew, he literally lives across the street from Costco.
Yeah.
He just walks across, steals a shopping cart, brings it all the way back, and that's it. He's
Goes
lucky.
and gets the hot dog and soda for $1.50.
There you go. Yep.
Hell yeah.
That place is the best. And I'm not saying that because I'm a stockholder, but it's a great place. But thanks for joining us, guys. I wish you all the best. Safety in California, my friend Joey, in your beautiful white.
Thank you, brother.
Home and garden home you're in there. And Erik, what kind of vehicle is that? Is that it's an American car or import?
This is a BMW Mercedes.
They merged.
Fancy.
Yeah, no. Merged.
This is a 2016 Nissan Sentra. The year that I won the World Series of Comedy, I went and bought myself a new car.
I didn't know they handed out
the money that I won because there was none, but but just with my newfound confidence.
Right. Gonna be better. Just watch. That was a great year. That was I miss Vegas. They're going to try to do it again this year, by the way, in November.
I see.
So,
yeah, in Las Vegas. Yeah.
at the Stratosphere. So I'm gonna, and hopefully, God willing, I'm supposed to be at the Laugh Factory at Tom Rhodes in Vegas
Nice.
the week after the World Series of Comedy. So, hey guys, thanks for joining us. You guys take care. God bless for being here. And everybody out there, thanks for watching. Please share the video and please join our fan page on Facebook if you haven't already. Thanks for being here. We'll be back right here at the same spot next week. Take care.
Well, Erik.
Wake up!
Wake up.